Hi there YouTube, Mark Vergeer. Just a small video, just a very small video, just to announce that I will be going to replay in a couple of weeks. Blackpool, the UK. I will be traveling there together with a couple of friends of mine. Actually, there's a whole Dutch delegation coming to replay, but I'm very much looking forward to it. And yeah, hope to see you there. And yeah, there has been a lack of videos on my channel lately, but I've been just very busy with work. Some things at my place of work are a bit in transition. I've been offered a 6-hour, well, a part of my position, 6 hours of the 32 hours in total. I've been offered to do something else, which I'm not sure about. So yeah, it's a bit busy. I'm very much enjoying my new place of work, and I think when normality resumes over there, I'll probably have more time to make some videos. But the last couple of weeks, every free day I had was actually filled with all sorts of extracurricular activities, family obligations, work obligations. I actually was doing a course on my free days last week. Very cool course, learned quite a bit. But yeah, that takes away from my free time a little. So yeah, you know, it might actually be be quite interesting to just do a room tour video January, what is it, 20th or something. So yeah, let's do a small room tour with the new camera to see how that actually looks. So yeah, here we have the door to my game room, and let's open it up. Whoa, it's a bit of a mess, but that doesn't matter. So if you make 180, you can actually see a poster that I have hanging on my door. It's one of these Zelda posters, and I really like it a lot. The artwork is great. So yeah, that actually livens up my room a bit. The door. Now over here I've got a stack of pillows, which actually are quite sturdy, and I basically use those to create a sort of makeshift chair whenever I'm playing the consoles and systems on the CRTs. Yeah, you've seen this before. This actually is my PlayStation 2 collection, which is the largest collection. I actually have quite a few loose discs also that are in folders. They're way down there, but I've ripped them all to hard drive. So I'm also playing them with the EPSX, what is it, PCSX2 emulator. So here we have the Time Crisis G-Con light gun, which actually works on LCD TVs, which is actually quite cool. 2 NES Pi cases, The Last Guardian Special Edition, 2 quite, well, you know, these classic mini systems, an Ouya box, fighter stick, stuffed mice, my PlayStation 3. Oh, my PlayStation 4 collection, which is actually this. There's a bit of a glimmer, shimmer on the cover. So, in my PlayStation 3 collection, which is not as extensive as my PlayStation 1 collection, but it is actually quite extensive. I've got quite a few games. Yeah, this is an Atari 8-bit with a flash card, my Neo Geo AES, my Neo Geo CD, Sega Mega Drive 2, which is I believe it's a Japanese, I'm not sure, it might be a Japanese system, I forgot. This is a PAL system with a Sega CD, Mega CD, a Crystal Xbox, original Xbox, my GameCube collection, video pack, Quest for the Rings, a couple of boxed Mega Drive games, The Joy of Sticks, CRT. This is the CRT my dad bought. I'm very happy to have that. A Philips CRT, 15-inch I believe, and my 14-inch Sony Trinitron. Below that is my repaired MSX2 Hitbit, which actually is an MSX2 Plus now because it has had an upgrade. This is my retro gaming rig, which I'm actually configuring and building and trying to make function again, because it was actually malfunctioning. Let's put back those pillows. Whoops. Behind there's a couple of retro gamer magazines. Some magazines over here. My Vectrex, which basically is a keyboard stand now, but I actually take it out every once in a while and play a couple of games on there. Over there's actually my Commodore 128. Well, it's been stuffed there. I've got a couple. My Neo Geo AES collection, some video pack, Sega Master System collection, a Game Gear collection, some Jaguar games. This actually is an assortment of PC DVDs, Saturn CDs, Saturn games all the way over here. Original Xbox games over here. My PSP collection. Nintendo Super Famicom, my Wii collection, original, or what is it, Mega Drive games, my Japanese Mega Drive games and shmup shelf, not only shmups but a lot of different things. Oh, this is actually my my Switch collection, not very large. I got a couple of downloaded games. This actually is a very cool game as well. My Wii U collection, and my very small Dreamcast collection. It fits in two of these holes. What else? Well, this is a whole assortment of MSX stuff, a lot of Electric Adventure stuff also. It's not the neatest configuration. These are actually Vectrex games. My Xbox One physical games, a couple of 360 games and some special editions. My Ultra game collection, which actually basically is Konami, boxed NES games, Meteor Swarm, a very cool Electric Adventures original. My Pine A64 board, which is capable of running Android. Hopefully it will be able to run RetroPie on it in some form. My boxed NES Elite, including the manual. 360 collection, I'll just move over it. You can stop the video to see which titles I have. This is a special 8-bit backlit Game Boy Advance, specialized Game Boy Advance, and this actually is something that looks quite similar to it, but it's just a clip-on case, and just my regular old back in the day Game Boy Advance. My DS Fat, I really like this system because it's actually so ugly. A couple of special Game Boys. This actually is something I've won from RGL back in the day, years back, probably more than 10 years ago. It's actually a specialized version with NES buttons. This actually is the Triforce backlit Game Boy. My original Game Boy, my yellow Game Boy from back in the day. Some more Xbox 360 games. My Atari 2600 titles, my 7800 titles boxed and of course, the pancake game, Red Alert PC, GW Basic, my Commodore 128D. The monitor is actually back in the attic. Some books over there. My Famicom collection down there. NES, moving up. Super Nintendo, DS, 3DS, PlayStation Vita, and a Wii U SingStar microphone. This is a specialized Soul Calibur limited edition universal arcade stick for PlayStation, Xbox and GameCube. Pretty nice system with some padding. Yeah, played that a lot back in the 2005s and stuff. 2 Pikachus, my chicken, a dragon, cow, Sonic. Oh yeah, I should actually show you Elise's Majora's Mask one. Well, of course, this is my Commodore 64, my GameCube, my Nintendo 64, my VIC-20, my ColecoVision. Yeah. The setting that I was using in my game room has changed a bit. I've moved a PC from my study into the game room. This actually is a G4 digital audio or digital sawtooth. I'm forgot about the model. It still works. You can just hook it up and it just works. But you know, it's a G4. Way too old for you know, to do anything on it. This actually is my old and trusty gaming PC. I've been using this case ever since I started my YouTube channel way back in 2006. So this case actually is 10 years old. It holds up well. It's a very excellent case. Now it houses a Core i7, 4th generation Haswell, a Haswell Core i7 with a GeForce 1060, GTX 1060. A pretty capable machine. It does emulation. It does a lot of my Steam games. Now, you can actually see a gun, a light gun lamp that's made by Mathieu. And this actually is the other one. Not turn them on because I'm using different other lighting. Well, you've seen my setup. So basically, this is my PC setup. I'm actually just starting to watch Mainmeister's Friday Waffle. It's the old one from before last weekend. So yeah, I'm a bit behind. Now, let me see. There's a whole stack of retro gaming magazines that I still have to read. Nice and you know, bright cushions. My Corsair cheap, flashy gaming keyboard. I'm all about RGB lighting, so yeah. That PC, that little Dell Optiplex 980. I've been moving around my gaming PCs quite a bit. This actually now houses my Batacera Linux distribution. This basically is perfect for it. This case is so small it doesn't really support a dedicated graphics card, so it's running a Haswell Core i3 with built-in graphics, and basically that is fast enough for Dreamcast, PlayStation, and the rest of the 16 and 8-bit gaming systems. It's not enough, not really enough for GameCube and Wii, so yeah, that gets dropped off. Let me see, the Ouya, which is over there, a fake plant. Yeah, that is actually the Retrode. There's 2 cartridges stuck in there. Basically, you hook it up over USB to the PC, and you can actually rip your own cartridges, which is actually quite cool. So you can actually fabricate your own gaming files, ROM files, to be used with emulators, and you do that with your own cartridges. Now this is a Lenovo ThinkCentre, which also has a Haswell Core i3. Both systems actually are very similar. Both actually have four threads. They have 2 cores but 4 threads. So basically they're pretty capable machines. This actually has this has a GTX 1030 graphics card in it, and basically that makes it a very nice little Steam box slash emulation PC. It has 12 gigabytes of RAM. I did use Beta Sierra Linux on that, but basically it's a very capable Windows gaming system, you know, for some of the older titles. And the 1030 actually is quite good. Now this is actually something new, not really new, but this is the gaming system, my retro gaming system, a dedicated gaming system with a Core i5, also 12 gigabytes of RAM. It has a DVD drive, but basically this actually houses 4 2-terabyte drives and 1 SSD, and basically this houses all my emulation, high-speed emulation, a Wii U, PlayStation 2, and below, which actually is quite interesting. This is my one could actually see this as my 2001 black monolith thing. It has a 950 GTX. I could put in a 1050 GTX card that I have lying around, but actually that is just as fast as the 950 GTX almost. This is a Strix card that's in there, so yeah, basically that's actually a very nice card that I don't want to give up. But yeah, preservation. I've actually imaged a lot of my PlayStation 2 discs. I've also imaged quite a few of the Saturn discs and my PlayStation 1 discs, just to be able to use them whenever my original hardware fails. And I've had PlayStation 1s and PlayStation 2s die on me, as well as a Saturn. Over here there's actually 2 PlayStation 2s stacked up. They both work. PlayStation 3 next to that, the original Xbox. This is actually a chipped one with some emulators and actually games on the hard drive. I tend to install or image quite a few of the games that I want to play on the hard drive to save wear and tear on the optical drive, which probably will fail at some point. So yeah, my PlayStation 4 Pro, which I play every once in a while. I'm not playing a lot of PlayStation 4 games, but I do enjoy the modern games. Back there actually is my Xbox One, the original release one. A 3 terabyte hard drive has been hooked up to it. It has a lot of 360 backwards compatible games, a lot of Xbox Live games that have been released. Actually, there's a ton of games on there, which basically makes this the go-to current gen system for me. Although there's a few gems on the PlayStation 4. I use that mostly for the how do you say that, the exclusive titles, mostly. Yeah, so yeah, my system, yeah, I've got some fake plants just to liven it up a bit. This room, I tend to have the shades drawn. There's anti-UV foil on the windows, so all of this, even when the sun comes in, is actually protected. No sun fading, which actually gives me a very well, confident feeling that all the stuff that's in here will hopefully last. Yeah. Oh, here you can actually see my Matrix screensaver. I have this on pretty much all my computer systems. I just love the Matrix, the original, and I just love this watching the code and examining the code, see what's behind it. Yeah. Anyways, I think I'll be continuing with my Friday Wolfall Meister viewing. if you haven't checked out Meister's channel, please do so. It's very much worth checking out. There's a ton of different content on there. I think I'm going to sip a bit of my spa drink, which basically is it's the stuff with a touch of apple. It actually is a low calorie drink. Yeah, here you see my socked feet, my Tekken arcade set. Oh, this is actually my Retro Pi, my Raspberry Pi setups. There's actually two NES Pi cases. One houses a Raspberry Pi 2, the other houses a Raspberry Pi 3, and the other cases are actually specialized Raspberry Pi cases, original Raspberry Pi cases. So yeah, I still have a hard time actually pointing the camera properly, but yeah, hopefully this actually doesn't come out too bad. It's not the best lighting, but yeah, I thought just to to see how the focusing and the camera work works with this camera. I love this camera. I'm really enjoying it a lot. And let's head on back to the study. And hi! And the wife just